All right, welcome back to another episode of Hustle and Soul. This is like our fourth take of this intro, just because for whatever reason, I was fucking up.
Yeah.
I don't really get it, but
he got an espresso machine, so I think he's like transitioning from host to barista over here.
Yo, an espresso just changed my life.
He doesn't know how to act. But it's really good, though. I'll give you that.
It's a game changer.
It's really, really good.
So welcome back, episode number 8. Today's episode. First off, thank you guys for all the love and support from the past couple episodes from your labor journey story. I think we have a ton of feedback. We just released our engagement video, so that one has also been cycling through. So, definitely appreciate everybody tuning in, everybody leaving comments, everybody dropping love. And, we just love sharing these moments with you guys.
Yeah, everyone's been really, really nice. And I really appreciate, especially the people that reached out directly to me. You guys had a lot of positive things to say, and a lot of, I guess, the things that we covered were topics that many of you can relate to. So it was really nice to have like a little community to bond over. Yeah,
for sure. And I think that's kind of where this episode is gearing towards. It's kind of in the same vein of everything from the engagement to the labor. Goal setting. I think that's very important for us now, especially more than ever, just because, we're transitioning in our life to adults, I think.
We have to really get our stuff together.
We really have to get our stuff together because we have a child in this world.
I need to stop cursing. Maybe that should be one of my goals.
I just noticed you did that, so I did that as well.
Yeah, I've watched the past 2 episodes, and it's like...
That's just naturally us, though. But I do think we need to cut it back a little bit because, we're adults. We have a child who's probably
I need to stop cursing.
Gonna catch on to all those things.
Yeah, and it's bad because that's kind of how I was raised, and I think that's why I am the way I am. But
how's that?
I don't know. We should start a swear jar. We'd be rich.
I'm not gonna do that.
We'd be so rich.
We probably actually would.
We would be so rich anyway.
But I mean, in the same light with that, I think one of the biggest things for us is setting goals. And, people always, set these large goals. Like, I want to buy a car. I want to buy a house. I want to have retirement by whatever year. And I think that's great things to have. But I think for me in particular, I think I need to be a little more realistic and have like at least a goal for like this year.
Yeah.
I think that's more attainable. It's smaller wins. And I think that can keep me accountable, because I think that's my biggest flaw is like I have these great ideas and plans, but if I don't hold myself accountable, what's the point? Just getting right into it, I think one of my biggest goals for this year is, and it's kind of obvious, I think a lot of people have this goal, is just to save money. We have a kid now, we're saving for a wedding, we're saving for a house, and, a lot of things that we do, or we used to do, we're very like kind of careless, I think, going to Starbucks and spending $9 on 2 coffees, or going to wherever, adding avocado for $3, like all those little things are unnecessary, and I think we can avoid. And it's a small win.
The avocado was a throw at me, huh?
That was definitely a throw at you. So, quick story. We went to a place called Vibes in Long Beach. Great place, great coffee, great breakfast, great food.
I love it. And for the experience, okay, just go, sorry.
So, we went one day, we took Sol to the beach, and we're like, let's go get some breakfast, get some coffee. And you like their chilaquiles.
They're good.
So we get the chilaquiles, and I let you place the order. Like, I'm driving, and you just place.
And I love when you can have everything you want, and I hate when you go somewhere and they're like, "What do you want? Green salsa or red salsa?" And it's like, why can't I have both?
They offer both.
This place, you can have both.
So you got your chilaquiles. You got it with both sauces. You got it with chicken. You got it with egg, and I think they also add avocado. You got it with everything, and you added avocado, and then we pick up the food, we go to the beach, we're eating it, and I'm like, yo, didn't you order avocado with this?
Yeah.
And you were like, oh shit, yeah, I did. And then I was like, oh, it's cool, it's probably like $1 extra, so whatever, it's not a big deal. You're like, it was $4. And I was like, you better call back, go get some credit, go do something, because that's a whole ass meal.
Yeah, that happened to me.
But those are little things that I think we can
cut back on.
We can fix, or we can be a little more aware. And I think that's something that a lot of people can start picking up on. Even like with us recently, like I told you, we were paying for stars, and like now that power's gone, there's no point to have stars. So
what, $10?
Yeah, I think it was like $12. So I canceled that. I have a Netflix account. Your dad has a Netflix account. I think you had a Netflix account. So that's just the money we're throwing away. So those little things that I think add up, and I think I'm trying to be a little more conscious about. I'm trying to have you, get on board with me. It's a little difficult, but we'll get there.
Yeah, we will.
What about you?
I'll add that to my 2021 to-do list or goal list. So I'm more of I never think of goals as in like a long term thing. I don't know why. I just never really do. I'm more of like a weekly planner. So I take things like week by week, especially for work. But now things are kind of all over the place. And I feel like I'm starting to get all over the place because I just went back to work and I never thought I'd be a full time mom. I mean, a full time stay at home mom and have a full time job. Like, I always thought I was
Yeah.
just going to be a mom that had a full time job. But right now I'm doing both. So I'm kind of trying to get my life together. And luckily, I actually have a planner that Hija de tu Madre sent me that has really like helped me get my
You
life
use that
together.
planner religiously, like every
I
morning,
do.
every night. You cross off. I think you love just crossing things
I
off, and I think
do.
that's probably the point,
It's
right?
mental for me
Yeah.
though too. Like it makes me feel
You have your color
accomplished.
coordinated
I
pens.
do. I have a nude
Very OCD with it.
highlighter. But yeah, so I have my little muy busy planner, and my something that helped me because I kind of don't have goals. So when you wanted to do this topic, I was like, I don't have goals, but I have affirmations. So I'll start with my first one,
Show them the
and
planner though. It
it's
has, like all
yeah,
the pages have like.
it's really cute. So these are like my 2021 affirmations. It goes week by week, and like mine is like just super messy right now. I have like one section for soul and like one section for me because I have to remember everything now, and I have a lot of stuff to do with work, like my physical therapy and all of that. But what is really cute about it is like it's very Latina esque, like Latina oriented.
Yeah.
So it has like all of like the Latina holidays in here, and
It has like
then
Selena's birthday or something.
yeah, Selena's birthday, and then every month it has a quote by like a character or
It's Walter
a
Mercado.
figure, like
Yeah.
a Hispanic Latino figure. For example, like Walter Mercado is like one of
Yeah.
them. AOC is another one. So that's really really cool, and yeah, I love this planner, and it really helps me get my things together.
Nice. I see what you did there. Nice save.
Okay, so my first 2021 affirmation is
Oh,
I
you're gonna
will.
read them out loud.
No. Do I read? Do I go one by
Yeah.
one?
No, this is great.
All of
I'm
them?
here for it. This is the first time I hear these.
All of them, or
Whichever
one
one
by
you
one?
want.
Okay, so the first one is I will be a great mom and role model to Soul. Um,
Oh.
is that really
Sheds tear.
cute? Oh, and yeah, it's my first time raising a baby. It's my first time raising a baby during COVID, and it's my first time raising a baby during COVID, and working from home during COVID. So that's
A
super
lot of firsts.
interesting. So in general, I try to be the best person I can be, and I think um, that's just something I try to do every day. If I make a mistake or if I do something that I think is wrong, like I'll try to sit back and think about that and try to see how I can fix that or like make myself a better person.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of things with just like being a great mom, because there's no real definition to that, is just doing the best that you can. And I think
Yeah.
that's what we're both doing. But specifically with this planner, and what I try to do on a daily basis is write down everything that I know I need to do for Soul. So like tummy time, developmental skills time, or just like giving her vitamin or making sure she's eating like eight
Yeah.
times a day, 7 to 8 times a day. So those are little things that I like write down and keep track of just to make sure she's healthy and growing. And a lot of things come with being a good role model. So I think I'm doing that in like working and just being the best person that I can be. So that's my first goal.
Yeah, I mean,
the
I
year.
think that kind of goes back to what I said. Like those small goals, small wins make a huge difference because just doing those little things, like having tummy time, making sure she gets her vitamins, all those things are set up for a bigger picture play. So I
Long
think,
term, yeah.
yeah. So I think those are the things that I think are more actionable items that can help long term.
Yep.
You know, I think my goals are probably very cliche, but I think they're very small and attainable. And the next one, I think I can join these two, would be eating cleaner and getting more active. And we used to not have a problem with this.
Dude, I didn't even put that in my goal.
You better figure that shit out.
I know, because that's so very me.
That's very important I think with us, we used to be really good at it because, you know, I love to cook. So I would always cook whatever meals I find on Pinterest, on Instagram. If I go to a restaurant, you know, I see what the meal is and I figure out how to make it at home. And that was something I've always loved to do. But now with the baby, it's hard to find that time.
Super hard to
So
find
it's
that
been
time.
like eating out a lot or these quick meals from Trader Joe's, which aren't always the healthiest. So those,
Ordering food, Postmates.
that's you. You just love to do that. I think you love the idea of getting catered to, which goes back to goal
Or
number
not
one.
cooking.
Goal number one, cutting back, because all that adds up.
We're working on being a better person. Speaking of not cursing. This is like a dope mug, though. Come on, guys.
Swornowis.com.
This is the exception.
Yeah.
Sorry, go.
Yeah. So cooking is a big thing for us. Eating healthier, and then also getting in our fitness. And again, that's been more difficult as of late because of the baby, finding that time. You know, we're always tired. We get no sleep. So the last thing we think we want to do is work out. And, you know, I personally want to get a lot better with that, because I know there's times where you will at least get a stretch in or try to do some yoga.
Yeah. I can't even do anything right now if I wanted to, so it's really irritating, but yeah.
Yeah. And I think, you know, we've taken a couple steps towards bettering that, because we just bought a treadmill. Goes completely against goal number one, but we bought a treadmill, and we're going to set up a gym in our garage.
Yes, I'm so excited about that.
But, you know, we have a lot of the other equipment. It's just the treadmill that I think we splurged on.
Yeah.
And hopefully that...
We're going half and half on it, so it's
yeah.
like cool.
Right? That's kind of...
I don't know.
We fucked up.
It comes with, like, workouts, like an app, like a membership. So it's like we'll never have to pay for a membership again.
I'm just realizing we fucked up our goals already.
Gyms are going to... Oh, it doesn't matter. I'll tag along to your goal, so it'll count as like half of my goal.
Sips tea.
As I can't work out right now because I pulled my groin. That's like a whole different story we won't even get into because it sucks so bad. I'm trying to get steps in, whether it's like taking the baby out for a walk or like doing little stretches. But honestly, it's so hard. Like, I'm physically not there, so I'll lay there and cry, which is like more unmotivating than motivating. But we'll get there one day. But yeah, I agree. I will tag onto that. We definitely need to eat cleaner. But I tell Barry all the time, like, everybody says that taking care of baby gets easier after 3 months, and Soul's only like 2 months about to.
She's almost 3, so I'm hoping. I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, but I'm hoping it shows up.
She's sleeping more through the night, and like every day is getting better. So I tell him that once we get over that little hump where she's very needy, I know teething comes soon, but whatever. I think we'll be a little bit more capable of actually being able to do this.
Yeah, because right now
I look forward to that.
I mean, it's 11:17 at night. This is the time we decided to do these podcasts super late at night because
I know, and I'm drinking coffee.
That's literally the only time that Soul really knocks out, because we'll feed her in the past we'll feed her twice in 4 hours, so she gets full and she's just like super milk drunk.
Yeah,
and she knocks out for a good while. So you know, that's the only time we get to do these podcasts, and which segues perfectly to my next goal.
Wait, I was tagging along to your goal, so I have another goal.
Oh, you have another goal?
Yes, I do. My second goal is I will kill it at work and keep moving up in my career.
And I think you're definitely doing that. And we noticed that during the holidays, because even though you were on maternity leave, you got a bonus, right? And you and I both were like, this is a pretty nice bonus. And you hadn't worked for the past
2 months.
2 months before that. So you were like, did they mess up? Was this like including my check? Like, what's going on? And you got a call, or afterwards you followed up with your boss, and he actually explained that the bonuses were performance based, and you outperformed a majority of your employees, or you did a really good job that, you know, they wanted to show their appreciation. Yeah. So I think that just shows your worth. Yes. And I think you are definitely killing it at your job, and I definitely see you growing within. Yes. And
I agree. I'm working my ass off, and I even worked like pregnant.
You did,
which a lot of people do that, so I don't want to like discredit anyone. But yeah, I worked up to like probably where I shouldn't have worked.
Yeah, those times I was like, what are you doing? Like, it's
and then
Saturday
one day
at
I ended
night.
up getting like a really bad migraine. So yeah, I think I've been dedicated to my job. It is getting a little tougher now with the baby. It's just because I'm at home and taking care of her all day. But that's something that I really want to do. I think it's like time. I think it's time to keep moving up. I think the job that I have right now, it did take me a while to get there, so I am proud of myself for that. But at the same time, like you said, I really want to grow within the company. I want to, even if it's not like moving up in title. I mean, everybody wants money. Come on, hello. But I also want to gain more experience, and it's been difficult because I work in TV and film, and right now it's COVID, so there's really nothing you can do, like
production
in person. shut down. We typically go to events, like this week would be in Miami for a
Convention.
a film event or a film market, but we couldn't be there because of COVID. So things have gotten like a little trickier and things change. But that's something that I really want to do, is just show more effort, be more proactive, and just be a bad
Bad what?
A
Bad A.
SS.
Yeah. I think our goals kind of are all aligned.
Yeah.
So the next one that I would have would be time management. And again, these aren't like my goal for the year is to fucking buy a brand new car. Like these are not the goals that we're trying to set. It's more of like changes in our lifestyle or changes to our beings.
Yes.
And I think time management is a big thing that can set us up for success, or set anyone up for success at that.
Yeah.
So with me in particular,
I think we're pretty good at time management.
I fucking suck. I try so hard, but I suck.
Really?
And
You also have ADD, so I don't know.
maybe I don't have ADD, by the way. Arlene thinks I have like ADD or ADHD, which I deny to the fullest. But I see why she says it.
He's like,
I just have a lot.
He'll be like, da-da-da. And then like, whoa. And then sometimes he's like too hype, and I'm like,
simmer down,
tone it
simmer
down,
simmer down. So this is my
Sorry,
portion of this. So
yes,
let me explain myself.
Okay.
So time management is a big thing for me. I think I'm doing a poor job at it as of late, and I hate blaming the baby for this, but it's a thing that I think I have been having trouble adjusting with, because obviously with the baby here, I have to be here, I have to help her, I have to help you, I have to figure out how to feed you, and well, maybe not you have to feed her, but as far as like milk and stuff.
Yes.
But I have to figure out how to feed you, help you with bottles, help you with like daily chores, all these different things. At the same time, I have to go to the office, have to do my job there. And not only do I work with Sworn, but I also have a bunch of other different projects and other people that I work with that take up a lot of my time. So most of the time that I'm at the office, I'm working on Sworn stuff. When I get home, I finish up whatever I didn't get to finish there, because you give me a strict, like, you have to be home by like 5-6 o'clock. Where before I would be at the office till like 9, 10, 11 o'clock until the job got done.
I just feel like we're a family now. So
I agree.
I want you here.
I agree. So, once I get home, I have to finish up whatever I didn't get to. And even then I have to finish up other projects that I have to get to. So I'm usually on call around the clock. I'm usually finishing up things on the computer whenever I can. But with the baby, it's like...
You're literally like working with the baby when she's sleeping.
It's on her schedule.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's me having to wake up earlier, and, if she's sleeping at 7 o'clock through 9 o'clock, it's me working at that time, which I think is the reasonable thing to do, but it's just hard. So I don't know what it is, but I know I have to figure out my time management. And I think once I master that, I'll be able to crush it with Sworn, with the other projects and picking up other clients and stuff like that. But time management is definitely something that I need to figure out.
I think you need a planner, and I've told you this 1,000 times.
Hija de tu madre.
Send him a planner.
Send me a planner, yo.
No, but yes, that helps me out a lot, because even as cheesy as it is, like, this is how intense.
It's because when I see you crossing things out, like, it's like, oh shit, like, you're actually like getting to your project. And I used to do that too. Like, I would have a notepad. I'd have a blank notepad at the office, and I'd write down to do things, and I would cross out whenever I finished it.
Like, literally pay rent.
Like a planner.
Get your ASS walking, like everything.
I don't think it works that way by spelling it out. I think it's the same thing.
No, it's not. It's not as vulgar.
But yeah, time management is a big thing for me, and I think for anybody really. Like, once you master that, I think you can take over the world.
Okay, my next one kind of ties in with the first one, but the next one I had written down was, I will be the best version of myself and dedicated fiance.
Wow. What does that mean?
I don't know. We'll figure it out in 2021. No,
what kind of blank statement is that?
Okay, I know what it means. I think I have a lot of flaws, and like, I recognize my flaws. Honestly, shut up. Maybe they're not flaws. Maybe, okay, they're areas of improvement. How about that?
Wow, this isn't a job interview.
Okay. Yeah, no, you know how I am, and I'm a very specific way, and like, I have a short temper.
Very short.
I have an attitude.
Very high.
So those are just like little things I can work on, like, on a daily basis. I think we don't fight as much as we used to anymore. Like, I think we're just like very like, what's that word when you're like on edge because you're just like tired and like worn out? Irritable, yes.
Yeah.
So I think that's how we've been lately. So it's like excusable if things like,
We.
dude, you snapped at me. Don't
That was one
play.
time.
Okay, whatever. I think it's been twice.
It's one time.
But yeah, it's like little things that I can like focus on. And I always try to do nice things for you, I think. Like, especially for like, I'm
There was
like,
one time you sent me like $10 or $15 for lunch, and I was like, I just left the
like
house.
remember to eat. Like Barry does not eat. He doesn't eat. Like he'll
Which goes back to goal number 2.
he doesn't
cleaner.
eat. No, eating, period. You don't eat. So he'll have like breakfast at the house. He sometimes doesn't have breakfast. He goes like the whole day without eating, and then he comes home and he's like, I'm starving, and eats every single thing on the counter.
Yeah.
Which is not that healthy. Not healthy at all.
No.
So I try to do like little things.
I'm not
like
the only
that.
one. I'm not the only one.
I eat everything in sight, but that's a different story. I overeat. But yeah, I try to do little things like that, and I think that helps us, and like it helps our relationship.
I think you
and
hold me
feel
accountable for a lot of things.
appreciated.
Yeah, and I think
And that's my way of showing my appreciation.
yeah, and I think
my
even
love.
even little things like when I'll be like biting my nails because I have a terrible habit of biting my nails.
Please, somebody.
You call me out on it every single time, and it irritates the soul out of me. But the soul, it irritates the out of me, and but I always am mindful about it. So whenever I think about biting my nails, like I think about you. So sometimes I do stop. A lot of times I don't, but I'm trying.
But I'm also like, dude, you're about to be 30. Like, it needs to go.
It's anxiety. I don't know. Wow, mines aren't really dedicated towards you, but
It's okay.
I don't know. This is the kind of episode we're having.
You bought me a ring. You're excused.
I'm gonna pull that one a little more often.
No,
then.
only I can say that.
I think my next goal would be. I think I have them written down. I have one more. I think it's figuring out how to master my craft, and I think that's also a very vague statement because
you do everything too.
I
think you have to be more specific.
Yeah, I have to be more specific with myself because I'm always very ambitious, and sometimes I'm overly ambitious because
like this podcast.
Like I'm trying to figure out lighting here.
He's like, I don't have time to do this, but it's like Sunday night. And he's like, I think we're gonna record. Like, there's no excuse.
And then
blah,
it takes
blah,
like a
blah,
whole day
blah.
to edit this shit.
And I'm just like, all right, dude. Like, okay.
Okay,
and then
but
it's Monday tomorrow, and we're just like dead.
Okay, instead of shitting on me, how about you like help me try to get
I'll
these?
send you money for lunch tomorrow.
Wow. So back to my goals, mastering my craft, and that's a blanket statement also because I like things from like photography, video stuff, from marketing stuff, from a ton of DJing, obviously, all that kind of stuff, and I need
car
to
stuff. You
car
want
stuff.
You want a car wash?
I about
so
a pressure
annoying.
washer, about all the stuff from the car. Yeah, it's a whole mess.
He like begs my parents to wash their car.
I don't
like,
beg
it's
them.
It's kind of sad.
But, you know,
do you want a car wash?
I'm like, yo, I got this pressure washer I gotta put to use. So yeah, I'm just I'm that type of person. I don't know if it's like an addictive personality or whatever it is, but whenever I find something that I like, I really like jump in it, and I like it.
Yeah.
It consumes me.
You figure everything out. Like, you didn't know how to edit videos, and then you went on YouTube, and then we have a whole full podcast on YouTube.
We used to pay somebody when me and my business partner had projects for restaurants to do videos, and this person would shoot the videos, and then they go to our office and we edit the video together. And I was like, we were basically telling him how to edit, what we wanted, what we're looking for, and then me and my business partner were like, yo, like, why don't we just figure this out? We can we know what we're looking for.
Yeah.
And we're like, what does it take? Like, just pick up a camera and let's figure this out. And that's exactly what happened. So,
And I think you edit my photos for fun too, just because you like to. Like, I posted a photo today. He's like, you didn't ask me to edit it.
Yeah, I should post up all the photos that I've edited for you, for Sworn, for Versailles, for all these other things that I got going on.
Everybody.
But I think I'm even sidetracking myself with this goal. But I think taking, for example, this podcast, for example, let's call this my goal. I want to figure out how to master this, from the audio, from the lighting, from the video stuff. And, this is like a passion for me, like a passion project, but I want to figure out how to master that craft, and then I can move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Because I think my biggest flaw also is taking on all these little things, from video to photo to web to design, and never really like honing in one.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll take this podcast and make this my baby and figure out how to make this the best version of itself, whether it be the quality of the video, the audio, the lighting. Maybe that's how I hone in that goal.
Yeah.
Wow,
and maybe it's like breaking up, like, a certain amount of hours per day per project,
Going back
or
to, I like how you're tying everything together. Look at this. You're paying attention. I like that. Points
or
for you.
like
Points for that planner. Look at us just figuring out, fine tuning our goals within this
always.
podcast.
Yeah,
What you
maybe
got?
this like gives somebody an idea to like get their life
This is
together
straight up therapy,
too.
low key. This is us just figuring life out together. You guys just happen to be listening to us. You guys are probably talking all this match out by yourself. You guys have nothing figured out, but you know what? It's working for us.
Another goal of mine is I will love my family and support them, which I don't even know if like I truly mean that. I'm kidding.
What?
No, it's kind of hard because we're in COVID. So it's like I don't even see my family, so I don't even see how I could support them. But I think I know what I mean. I think it's like doing little things that I can and being more loving. And like my parents are getting older and not disabled, but what's the word?
What I'm getting at this is that you're realizing you have a temper problem and you want to
I need to
fix
stop
that.
yelling at my mom.
And you want to fix that, right? Because you want to appreciate your family more. Is that what I'm getting?
Maybe I want to appreciate my family more
By not yelling
and
at them?
being more of
By not snapping at them?
No.
By
What
not
do you
kicking them out of
mean?
your house? When all they want
Out
to
of
do
my section.
when all they want to do is do
That's
laundry?
not true. No. um, if you've like followed our podcast for the past couple episodes, you know that me and my family have a very different relationship.
It's a very open relationship.
Very open relationship. Very not acariciado. I don't know what the English term is for that. But just appreciating my family more. I do a lot for like my parents. I think I do. I think I'm a good daughter.
You're the only child.
I'm the only child, so with that comes a lot of like responsibility and a lot of like thought and a lot of things to think about. But yeah, it's just I guess like being a good daughter or a better daughter. Even though I think I'm a pretty good daughter.
I think it's just being nicer
I am nice.
with the short temper.
But they have a short temper too. We all
Yeah.
have a short temper, so it's like
It's in the Rivera for sure.
it is. But shut up, because Soul's Rivera too.
I don't really know what my next goal is. Can you throw me a bone?
That's it? You don't have any more goals? The fuck? Buy a house? You don't have any more goals? Like any at all? Mine are like very. So I have two more. That's four too. Two more, and I think they kind of.
You're still in the show.
Shut up. We both relate to them, so we'll just like talk about both of them.
This is news to
together.
me. I don't know what you're about to say.
You're about to relate to it. Just follow along.
Bet.
I know. Okay?
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
This is
so
therapy.
it's just like getting through any obstacles that 2021 puts forward. I think you can relate to that.
I think after 2020,
we had a crazy 2020. Anybody could relate to that. But I think we really did a good job last year. Super good job last year. Like we had a whole life change. Like our life completely changed. We found out, if you don't know, we found out we were pregnant in March. Not a COVID baby, pre-COVID. And the world literally changed that same week that we found out we were pregnant. Like the same day. The next day. Everything closed down. Whatever. We don't have to get into that. But I think we did a really good job at adapting to all of the changes. I think we figured out like our work-life balance. We figured out how to get through a pregnancy during COVID, how to manage relationships with family during COVID. Just everything that came with it. And I'm sure many people that are listening can relate to that as well. And 2021, we really don't know what's to come. But I think like being super open-minded, like being able to adapt to different scenarios, different obstacles, like I don't know, like things like not having a baby shower, things like not being able to see our family, which have...
I think mentally aware, mentally strong, I think.
Yeah, and like those things played a really like emotional impact on me. I think you as well, but you did a better way of you had a better way of not showing it.
Yeah.
So I think like just pushing through 2021, like no matter what happens, like we always talk about like what happens if I have to go back to work and I have a 3-hour commute to and from work every single day. So I don't know what that's like with the baby.
Yeah.
So just figuring everything out in this crazy, crazy time, which is something that I think we do need to be mentally prepared for. because we don't know what's going to happen.
So I would call that goal adaptability, or being able to adapt.
Yeah. And that comes with everything too, because I think like just in like
No, because old you would be very stubborn and be like, no, this is how it's going to be. This is how it's going to play. And
old me
that's
wouldn't
that.
care. Like
Yeah.
old me would be like,
Yeah. So I think COVID allowed you to realize like we need to figure out how to adapt, pivot, and move on. Otherwise, we were going to be stuck in a shitty situation. What?
you owe me $1.
Bet. We should have a tally or keep you score.
We should. No, I think we really should have like a live jar and like see how much.
All right,
money
moving forward.
Okay.
On all the next episodes, we're gonna have a swear jar tally.
Oh,
and
okay.
we'll show who owes what by the end of the episode.
Okay.
Bet. That's a way to go back to goal number 1.
All right, so
saving
send the
money.
Venmo.
Relax. This episode's not over.
Okay, so the final one, we can wrap it up with our last goal.
I mean,
It's
apparently
gonna be
this is
our last
apparently
goal
this is
because
your show. This is our goals according to you. Let's go.
I want this for you too. How
Okay,
about that?
this better be good.
Okay, so our last goal is I will be happy and fulfilled.
Okay.
No?
That's
You don't
fair,
like
that's
that one?
fair.
Okay. And I mean, I think this means different things to the both of us, but for me, being happy and fulfilled means, what does it mean? I don't know. Like for me, being happy and fulfilled is just like, how do you say, like being in a clean state? Like,
I think it's very mental for us both because
yeah.
like things like physical things don't really make us happy. Like possessions don't really make us happy. It's
Yeah.
more of like a mental clarity of like
That's what I meant.
the idea of like we got our shit. We finished our tasks.
That's 2, by the way.
We finished our tasks and now we're able to enjoy our day. So that's a moment of
Yes,
happiness.
that's an example.
The idea of cleaning up or making your bed and being able to wake up
I
and
hate making bed.
being able to wake up and make coffee and
Yes.
enjoy your morning. That's a
Yes.
moment of happiness.
Yes.
So figuring out how to do those things and not get clouded by
The bad stuff.
the bad stuff or
Yes.
for me in particular, it's the anxiety of like things I have to do. So
Yeah.
it's figuring out a way how to like move those things and focus on the moment.
I think we kind of figured out our life in this podcast. Right? I really do.
Therapy.
Like, I think you have all of your answers if you look back in this video. You're
I think
like,
I just
maybe
never.
you should do this.
I think I just never really vocalized it. Like I know my problems
Yeah.
and I know.
No, you tell me all the time.
And I
though,
know the
I
solutions.
give you the solutions.
I know the solutions.
I give you the
You
solutions.
might help the solution, but I know the solution.
I might spark the solution,
Maybe. But I think, saying it out loud in this podcast, maybe that's a way of like affirmation. Maybe
Yeah.
vocalizing all that helps us like bring it into fruition.
Yeah.
Speak it into fruition.
And it can help you too, because I think if you remind yourselves of these things daily and you act on these things daily and you cross off these things daily, it's like that's how you make ish happen.
Like it should.
I'm winning. What can I say?
Yeah, I think
no, but yeah, and I think going back to like having mental clarity, for me it's kind of hard because I tend to stress about things a lot, and I'll literally carry them like on my shoulder until like I'm over it, which usually takes a while, and then I can toss them away.
Dramatic.
I'm very dramatic, but sometimes I'm actually genuinely sad. So like right now, like the whole postpartum phase in me physically, like that's weighing on my shoulders. Like,
which also has been something that people asked us to talk about. So let us know in the comments if you guys want to see a postpartum video.
I feel like I kind of owe it to all my C-section mommies.
Let us know. I mean, if you're listening, if you're watching this far, let us know if you want to see a postpartum video, and we'll let you know how our experience has been. Because it's not something that ends like one day to another. It's still ongoing.
We're like almost 3 months out, and I still can't work
still dealing
out,
with it,
and
yeah.
I'm still in pain, and I still cry. But
happiness,
mental clarity,
happiness, mental clarity.
But things like that. Also, like feeling good about myself, like really helps. Like days when I comb my hair, days when I like throw on a little.
For sure, I think in the
and
beginning you were very like it was difficult, so you wouldn't be able to like wash your hair as often as you'd like or dress up. So those things, when you have the chance to do it now, it makes you feel great. Like today, like we did nothing, but towards the end of the
Target.
Towards the end of the day,
buy anything.
Yeah, towards the end of the day, you showered, you got ready, and you were like, "Let's go to Target." And, that was a spark to a good thing or a good feeling.
Yeah, a good feeling. Or it's like you can't really get your nails done right now, but I mean,
Or
my
can
nail
you?
girl, yeah, she can, but like little things like that makes me happy too. And it's like sometimes you do have to like treat yourself or pamper yourself or like do that one thing that makes you happy. Because I also am a believer, like if you're working so hard, and I try to tell you this too, but you're not like about that life. Like I feel like you deserve to treat yourself or like reward yourself, not like blowing a
It just goes
bag
against rule
and
number one.
no, but it's like the little things. Like I tell you, yes, we can like drink coffee at home 5 times out of the week.
Now they've got an
But then
espresso 7 days, please.
yeah, but then it's like also nice to go out and like get fresh air and like have an outing, you know, and
Yeah.
like buy something to drink. I don't
It's
know.
just getting out of the house, really, because I think with COVID, there's a lot of cabin fever, and you're
Yeah,
just
but
fed up
that
with
goes
it.
back to like being happy and fulfilled, because if you're stuck at home 24/7, you're going to be miserable and have big eye bags. Um,
That's a fact.
and then it's like a breath of fresh air, like going outside and like doing something out of it, your daily routine is really, really nice.
You and I mean, we honestly, we didn't discuss these goals
We
before even talking
didn't.
about
He's
this.
like, you told me, I want to talk about my 21 goals. I'm like, dude, I
21,
don't.
21.
2021
21.
goals, and I was like, I don't have goals for 2021, but I was like, I have affirmations.
Yeah,
I think that's
this was
kind
a
of like
very
the
just
same
like
thing.
Arlene and I shooting this stuff blindly. I just knew that I wanted to kind of discuss our goals, and like I just wanted to vocalize it. And I think, saying it out loud, you and I kind of have similar goals, and they tie in together. Whether they not be like directly connected, they all
Yeah.
intertwine some way or some form.
Yeah.
Whether it be like the saving money thing, the time management, the daily affirmations, all those things kind of overall help us mold us to be better people and reach these higher goals that we may have, whether it's
Yeah.
buying a house, whether it's having the wedding we want. All these things start with the foundation of the things that we just talked about today.
Yeah. I'm ready.
Crushed it.
Be careful when my ring, you might get scratched.
This is why we can't give her nice things. So yeah, this might have been like one of the shortest episodes, but I think we dropped some gems in here, or some
I think we
diamonds.
always
Apparently, we dropped some big
I
rocks.
like diamonds better.
Yeah. We hope you guys got something out of this. I know we did, actually. So
Yeah, this was really helpful. And like, if you don't have your goals written down yet, I think it's okay. But if you
I don't have anything written down, and look at us. We figured it out today.
But this is a good motivating something. I don't know. Like,
Start today.
Start today.
Whether it's writing it down, whether it's saying it to yourself, whether it's mentally being aware of these things, like, let's be better people 2021.
and also if you don't have goals, like I think that's completely fine, because you figure it out as you go.
Yeah,
Like
maybe
you just need to like take a step into 2021 and say like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fresh slate. You can do whatever you want, be whatever you want. I think there's really no reason why you can't start that podcast, start that photography company, start whatever, start that cooking channel, which might be my next thing, because I need something else on my plate. But anyways,
I'll help you with the camera.
2021, these are our goals. We're going to crush it. We're going to figure it out. It's going to happen. We're going to make it our year.
We should check back in like 6 months and see where we're at.
I hope it's good.
It will
All
be.
right. We out here.